Hey, now we should have sound. Sorry about the wait there, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of audio issues. Hey Vector, be quiet. Some audio issues there. Hope you're all well. Hope you've all had a nice week. Not too busy. The camera quality seems a bit better this week, which is a relief. And I've also... oh, look at that. My Stream Deck doesn't work. Off to a flying start this evening. No Stream Deck. Weird sound issues. All going well. I can't see chat. Is anyone there? Hey, here we go. Copperbeard's here. Cobeard Alpha's here. Thank you for joining me, guys. Copperbeardy, congratulations on achieving your affiliate status. That is awesome. And I think my Stream Deck is just lit up. Yay, there you go. I'm going to turn my... Oh, look at that. There's a new version of the Stream Deck software. I hope the music's not too loud. I hope the microphone's okay. Vector's just changed his eyes to blue and I have no idea why. Woohoo! Shall I update the Stream Deck software right now on stream? Shall I do the thing? Support Matt Catalina, improve hotkeys, overall improvements, 4K capture. Okay, excuse me. Windows Move and Resist integration largely using OBS tools. Made by our friend Paul Radar, integration provides two users for OBS actions. Cool. Let's install something live on the stream. All good stuff. Sorry, I totally screwed myself in the start there. Yeah, a little bit thrown a curveball by Mike streaming tonight. Kind of in two minds. I wanted to see what he was up to, but then also I wanted to stream anyway. There we go. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to dox myself this evening. I'm going to show API keys, I'm sure I am. Oh no! Oh no! This is not good. Oh no! Agatha wants me to shut down OBS. That's not going to happen, is it? Off to a flying start this evening. Fantastic. Stream Deck over there. Put that over there. Right, okay. Is this going to work? Okay, cool. Did it work? Yay! It worked! Excellent. So, I am deciding how I'm going to show what I've been tinkering with. So the backstory is this. A friend of mine asked me if it was possible to do something pragmatically, and basically what it was, he wants to pragmatically create A records on a domain or on a DNS. So the only way the only thing, since I've looked into this and found out, there's quite a few ISPs and whatnot that gives you an API for DNS, but I use Cloud Flare in front of mine. Primarily I use Cloud Flare just because I wanted to see what Cloud Flare was all about, really, which is the reason why I use it. Yeah. So I did a thing. I'm half of us hesitating here because I'm wondering. Hey, Chris Jones, thanks for joining us. I'm highly aware that you're all sort of stretching yourselves across streams tonight. Excuse me. For some reason on a Friday evening when I start talking on the stream, I get a really sore throat. So I'm going to log into Cloud. I'm just going to do this over here because I don't know what I'm going to show. Log in. Yay! Hopefully you heard that. Vector's up and running. He's doing his thing. If I keep this window small and not maximize it, we should hopefully. In fact, we're going to here. Right. Okay. So. Showing DNS stuff on stream's okay, isn't it? Chris was having tea. Yes, blame Mike Jolly for crashing everyone's play. Yes, indeed. It's like, turn my PC on. It's like, Mike's streaming. What's going on? Yeah, all this is public anyway, isn't it? So I can show this. I was just considering. So, this A record was created by a bit of code that I threw together. So I'm going to delete that A record because it's not needed. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, yeah. As long as it doesn't show your IP address. No, it's web hosts IPs and stuff, it's not mine. Although I just thought I was about to open the code that I wrote, which is not that fancy really. Before I do that, I just thought it's going to have API keys in it. Pesky API keys, what can you do, eh? You mean carefully crafted? Yes, carefully crafted. That IP address is fine. That's fine. That's fine. How am I going to hide the? How am I going to hide the API key? The only way I can think of doing it right now is to store it into a environment variable. So give me a second, let me just do that quickly. Although last time we had lots of issues with this last week. So I'm going to try and do it the way I know works. Anyway, how's everyone's week been? Codebase Alpha, are you still really busy from work? You need to pull your API keys from config file or from Azure. Yeah, exactly, I do. I know .NET has its own whole system for storing API keys, but I'm not completely okay with it yet. I'm going to turn my music down because I feel like I'm shouting. Mixed bag week. Yeah, Copper Beardy, you've had your affiliate and also you lost your Doggy-O. Very busy indeed, no time to stream. Yeah, I saw you didn't. Did you not stream Wednesday either? Because you normally stream Monday and Wednesday, don't you? So sorry to hear about your loss, Copy Beardy. Personally, I'm not a big animal fan, but I get it. I can see how you get really attached. If I go to here. Variables, and let's create one. What should we call it? We're going to call it Cloud Flare. I'm going to grab this key, copy. And then I've got to look up and remember .NET Core because I can't remember. Codebase Alpha, too tired to stream Wednesday, very busy. Yeah, I understand the too tired thing. I sometimes struggle. Thanks, 13 years. You've had the 13 years and the strain's not here. Have you just got the one dog, or have you got two? What was her name? Sorry, I've forgotten her name. Do apologise. Cloud Flare key, and then change that to Cloud Flare key. Email. That into there. File save. Bess, that was it. That was her name. But I have another dog for Reef. Bess. Oh, bless her. So in theory, in fact, I could debug this. Hey, let's use a debugging. There's a novel idea. I'm doing stuff and you can't watch me. It's really annoying. There is a link from Codebase Alpha in the stream. Why is it not? We close Visual Studio Code and we open again. Let's have a look at this link. SpaceX, let me guess, SpaceX. Yes! Get stacked, yes, I saw this before. There's an announcement tomorrow, isn't there, Codebase Alpha? Yeah. What's he presenting exactly? What's his stick? What's he going to be doing? I'm fighting with environment variables again. And there goes the lid. Next step to Starship. What time is that UK? I'll try and catch it. Man, this thing doesn't look very secure or stable. Are they going to launch that thing? I understand they had two teams, one in Florida and one somewhere else, and they were competing against each other to build them. But they had to share information. Good question, I'm not too sure. Yes, it will fly 20 kilometers. Is that tomorrow? That's not tomorrow, is it? Wait a minute, where did I put that environment variable? It's gone. That will be why it's not working. No, it's gone. Oh crap, and now I don't have the key. This is going well so far. Yeah, with Musk's aggressive timescales. Control Z. Oh. Sad pandas. I need to go and look up the key. I will show you some code in a minute. I'm sure I will. I'll grab the key from there. I didn't have time to do this before stream, unfortunately. Pop that into there. Okay, that. Okay, that. Okay, that. I wonder if I just look it up. Right, it's there now. Let's run this and see whether... It's not working again. Don't have much luck with environment variables in C#. You need to remember. You need to restart Visual Studio terminals to pick up the. Yeah, I'm just doing that now, Chris. Is that what caught me out last time? I can't remember. I know it was something really stupid. Yay, we've got the key. Right, okay, so assuming that's worked, and I go onto here and I run it again. Okay, so that code that I deleted before should be back again. And it is. Yay, something worked. It caught me out a few times. Enough now that I remember it. Yeah, right. So hopefully, I mean, email address, where? Email address. So yeah, this is really, really simple. URL to the API, default header request, the key, which I've just hidden inside what's it called? Environment variable. It's in front of me. It says it on the screen. And then we just do some JSON data. I did it as a dictionary, which I'll be honest, don't know whether I fully understand it, but it worked. So that's the record type, that's the name, and the content you want to put into it. Put it together, fire it over. This appends on the API key to what you want to change, because obviously Cloudflare has lots of services. And then, so if I change this to stream, and then if we do this, we should get an OK back if it works. Yeah, we got an OK. And then if we do this, there's stream. Yay! So sort of next steps of this is this was more. I was asked the question. I thought, well, how would you do it? So I thought, well, this is how you would do it. So I put it together. That code looks really good, so don't knock your skills. I actually code myself. Some of this code's your code. And what I mean by that is you helped me write the API call for Vector, which is I pinched some of that out and then just rejigged it. And then I worked out the dictionary bit to throw out the API. I got all this working initially using Postman. So I had an understanding of how the API worked. So my process was, lol. My process was try it in Postman and then code it. So I had an idea how it all fitted together before I did it. So the sort of the next steps. Oh, Vector's just come out to play. Was to build an ASP.NET web app. Yeah, Postman's really good. Build a ASP.NET web app with a form. So I'm controlling because So the question I was asked is during a sign-up process of an app. So I don't know, you sign up for a service and then you get your own subdomain when you sign up. Obviously, you would have to check to see whether the subname's free in a proper application before you try to create it. So I figured the way to do that would be to store the subdomain in a local database and then look that up before you create another one. I thought it would be better to keep that in a local database rather than doing a DNS call every single time, because I assume doing it locally would be quicker. Wow. Codebase, have you seen Marketplace? I've been using that at work and it makes it easy to share requests between the team and keep the source control. No, all the tools in the world make things easier. So is this inside? How's this work? Could that be any smaller? I'm getting old, I can't see. Oh, heck. So it's just, so you just literally type in your 8 and it pulls back the data. That's what that looks like. Supports GraphQL. Yeah, I mean, so if I were to install this, yeah, almost you can parameterize some bits, but as long as you open the folder that contains all the HTTP files, you're good to go. Wow, look at all those files changed. So what you do is just create a HTTP file. Loop. Failed to launch Chrome. What? Visual Studio Code just died on me? There you go, now I've got the editor. That was weird. So, would I... Then you're probably doing this on stream. I'm going to show the key eye. Using such as tools with speed. Yeah, I was just going to have a little play with it, but because I've got an auth against it, I've got to show the key. I've even got an auth for just reading, I think. Then open that folder in Visual Instance. Oh, it's in. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Create its own folder and open the folder in another copy of Visual Studio Code. Understand. Oh, is it? Sure, I can fix that. There you go, Chris. Yeah, take care of this. Yeah, because I shall have a play with that properly off stream. Yeah, so my goal tonight really was just to build this out a little bit into a ASP.CoreNet. I consider it cheating in a hidden file. Ah, right, okay. Okay, I shall have a proper play. Even though I'm sitting here with 3 screens, one thing I did do tonight is the settings.json file in VS Code. Okay. I wish you could do that in Visual Studio Code for .NET Code apps. Just have a file with the secret in the local folder, but it puts it somewhere random, doesn't it? When I look at it last. But I actually use Windows 10's virtual desktops to run the botting. Oh wow, there's the thought. Can you actually see that? Did you see me switch desktops then? Yeah, you did. How many screens do you have? You always need one more. Yeah, I was just thinking, because when I'm streaming and I've got the bot open, I end up closing them by accident sometimes, which is a bit of a pain, of course. So I just thought, oh, I'll use virtual desktops and throw them on another virtual desktop. I wish Microsoft would add saving of virtual desktops between reboots. I know rename is coming in the next version of Windows 10. Yeah, Chris, you have 5. That's incredible that you have 5. So I feel like I'm going to go into uncharted territory now. Well, not uncharted, just rusty territory. I'm just going to call this Cloud Flare DNS API. Man, I feel rough all of a sudden tonight. 5? 5. Yes, he has 5. Where's your infamous picture, Chris, when you mounted them on the wall? Is that a good name? That's not a good name, is it? What shall I call it? Oh, I still haven't changed the default path. Oh, this is getting messy again. Naming things is hard. Yes, I did. I did notice. What was that for? Was that bug fixes? Have we found out? I've not actually looked why. Oh, here's Chris's monitor picture. Look at all those monitors. Just look at all those monitors. He's bathing in sea there with his blue RGB behind it. How's the keyboard working out, Chris? The picture is amazing. The picture is wallpaper or is desks? Is monitors rather. Me likey. You like the keyboard? Do you have to wear a radiation badge? Sunglasses. So is that what you sit in front of right now? What, you've got Mike Jolly on one screen, me on the other, and chat in the middle or something? It is. The comments, someone needs a giant curved monitor. I got you side by side on the same monitor. Oh, Chris is going to take a picture now and update us probably. I've still not thought of a name for this thing. I don't know what to call it. Prototype? Prototype. Demo. Why is naming things so hard? Oh, incoming picture. Refresh picture. Mike's on top. I'm in the bottom corner. And stuff. Lol. I hope you check that, Chris, because I didn't really think about doxing you or anything. In other news, to my shock and my amazement, there's a bit of a backstory to this. So, dropping Ethan off. Yeah, good. Dropping Ethan off at morning club before school. Ethan, God bless his heart, their TV broke, so they couldn't watch films. So he told them that Daddy can fix anything. So when I went to pick him up, I opened the door and they said, "Our TV's broke, could you fix our TV?" And indeed it was broke. So the following morning I returned with a HDMI cable and fixed it. Yeah, bless him. So fixed it with HDMI cable and plugged it into the laptop and got it working that way. But they had, would you believe this, they had not only a DVD player, but also a VHS cassette tape player / recorder. This is 21st century cutting stuff. A VHS player. Yes, a VHS player. Ha, no less. It had SCART connectors. It was using RCA to a SCART adapter into the back of the TV. Cutting edge. I can fix stuff. I order replacements from Amazon. However, so that's the start of the story. What next? 8-track, yeah. So that was the start of the story. So the continuation of the story is me being me, thinking, that's not good enough, is it? Getting this sense when speaking to them that they didn't want to spend a lot of money on anything, or they didn't have a lot of money to spend on anything. I started thinking, driving to work that morning, after fixing said TV. Exactly. Yeah. Would it be possible to run Plex server on a Raspberry Pi? So that evening, as in Wednesday evening, I think it was, or yeah, Wednesday evening.
Here's your team update. On Tuesday, Sheffield Wednesday lost to Everton.
Alexa, stop. Well, that was random. I installed Plex Server onto a Raspberry Pi 3. And boy, does it work. It's absolutely brilliant. So there you go. Plex Server runs on a Raspberry Pi. Yeah, good old Alexa jumping in there for no apparent reason. Apparently with football updates, which I don't really follow football, so that was a bit random. Give me a name for this. Any name will do. I just need a name. Oh, I did rename a so the REST API, the Python REST API for Vector, I renamed before to Stephanie. What is the project? It's the DNS thing I'm doing. So this is going to be the GUI for filling in stuff. So the idea is, what I want to try and do is do a sign up process, and then when you pick your company name, we'll go off and create it during the sign up process, or something along those lines. Copy Beardy at Chris Jones. How strange! I tend to just put a new configuration that the designer did not expect. Cloud Flare. Spelt Cloud Flare. Am I reading that right? No, I did not mean to type that garbage. I thought you were trying to do a funny on or a twist on the name. I was somewhat confused there for a second. Oh man. Nothing is working tonight.
Cloud Flare. Cloud Flare.
Cloud Flare. Well, yeah, it's almost there. That's quite amusing. Wow, can't believe I'm faffing around over this so much. I think I might still be missing something, so people can use this to check DNS. No, Chris, no. That's my other project, which I wrote a long time ago. I think you've completely misunderstood, Chris. Foo. Wow, this thing takes ages to spin up because no one uses it. And it's ringing us up. Go. This is a little thing that I did ages ago. I was playing around. So this is dnstoolkit.co.uk, which will bring stuff back. I never really got... Well, I got it to where I wanted to, but there's more things you could add to it for sure. Project 2. What about Foo Project 2? Foo Project. Add to DNS. Yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter because I can just copy and paste the code and start again if I need to. I'm just thinking this might actually lead into a little project for somebody. So I was trying to get a somewhat sensible name. Project September. DNS adder. Ooh. I've got it. Project 9. There you go. That'll do. Oh, all I did is open the folder. Wow, what an idiot. Right, so create new project. ASP web application. Yes, that'll do. Next. I've not really used any of this stuff. Sensible name, you say? You've come to the right wrong place. Plan 9 from outer space. Plan 9. No, I don't want it there. I need to sort that path out. I keep forgetting to do it. We'll put it in there for now. Hello, BPit1237. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Web application, model view controller. Wow, I'm so rusty on all this stuff. Create. Should we run it and just see what it does by default and make sure it actually does the thing? Yay! Use the space for some of your privacy and cookie policy. Accept. Project 9. Hello. Hello. Home even. So I'm going to go really random now. So there's our views, there's our models. Wow, is that really tiny for people? Index. So I could just do... Sorry, I'm literally giving myself a crash course to remember how all this works. Because I don't feel like I've done any of this for a long time. Hello world, got that. Why didn't it center? It didn't center because I didn't tell it to. Well, there you go. It's cool. I'm glad you think it's cool. You got this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Controllers, home controller. Should we get rid of this big long thing and then, can you see that okay? Index return view, response duration. Wow, what's this? Is that caching? Yes, it's caching. Oh wow, MVC, not Razor Pages. Am I doing it wrong, Chris? Should I be doing Razor Pages? Do I need to start again before I carry on? Oh look, you put doubt in my mind now. No, I just did a new project. Did I do the wrong one? Personal preference. Either are good. Sad pandas. But Razor Pages is the all new thing, isn't it? Should I be doing the all new thing for a new project? Look, you've got to put doubt in my mind now. If I do that, you can see it all. Create new project. Wait, so what's the... Did I not do this? Just in Razor Pages, what effectively the controller code is in the code behind the view. MVC uses Razor. That's... Yeah, that's what I thought. Am I missing something? Create web apps with Razor Pages, MVC. Chris, you've confused me. Oh, okay. So I did that. So go. That's all I got. I selected this, then I did this, and then I created it. There's a Razor Plays class library, a project template for creating Razor Plays class library. Do I hear a bird, a cocktail, or a parrot? Oh! BPIT1237. You have not met our friend, have you? I'm looking around to see which camera might be best. Probably this one, which may or may not be plugged in. Hold on a second. Chris or Codebase Alpha, do you want to introduce Vector to BPITs? So if I just very quickly, I'm going to get the scenes wrong because, yeah. Hopefully you heard that then. So if we go to this one, this is Vector. And as Chris has just demonstrated, you can make him talk. Get a bit feisty there, isn't he? You can make him talk by putting bang vector hyphen say space and then whatever you want him to say. There you go. Chris has just gone to lurk mode. And then you can also say ping vector hyphen joke and he'll tell a joke out of a list of jokes he's got stored in the bot. So the chirping is what you could hear. It's him. Well, that's cool. Yeah, he's cute, isn't he? Now, unfortunately, there's a backstory here. So Anki, the company that makes him, there's a company that made them, and they've gone bust. What we did on stream is I purchased them, and then we figured out how to get them to chat or make chat available. Make it use your words. To allow chat to make him talk is what I was trying to say, which is what we did, and we did that with a Python REST API, and then I think we had to encode the text string, so we did question marks and whatnot, and then we passed that into the Twitch API using the C# library lib. Forgot what it's called. So that's how we did it. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm impressed that you think I can build something looking so good. Okay, why can't I get to? Hey, it's Carrie. I just changed scenes and I can't see what I changed to. How you doing, Carrie? I hope you're okay. I don't think I've got a scene with just that camera on. Let's go through all the scenes live on stream. Hello. So we'll go back to this one. So Carrie, addy ho. That's probably Carrie, I'm guessing. Hey Vector. Oh, and you too, Rambly Geek. Yeah, Carrie loves Vector. Yeah, so unfortunately there's going to be a day, because the company's gone under, that he could die if they don't open source it. I have done some hacky-rooing trying to get at his API to see what he's calling, but the problem I've run into is he's communicating over HTTPS, of course, and that means because he's communicating over HTTPS, everything's encrypted. So I used man-in-the-middle proxy, which worked really well on a mobile phone because you can install a certificate. You can install their certificate, which allows you to see all the traffic even though it's encrypted. The problem I've got is I have no idea how to get a certificate installed on him. So I need to revisit that and rethink it and see if there's another way of doing it. But I don't really see how I'm going to be able to see the calls which are wrapped in HTTPS, unless anyone's got any bright ideas or want to educate me. if that makes sense. So ideally, that's what we want to do. We want to see what calls he's making so we can replicate our own server so he doesn't die, so we can keep him talking and whatnot. It is all Linux based, I think, under the hood. So that's as far as I got with that. So yeah, sorry Carrie and Co. I was just explaining to BPit who Vector was. He heard him chirping in the background. He wasn't on camera. There we go. I've renamed the Python part of the API this evening to Stephanie. And if you know the film, you know one of the characters is named Stephanie. So yeah. So that's our little vector bot. He hangs out back in the background of the stream. So yeah, you should be able to make him talk, Bplat, if you want. It's not open it's open to anyone. So if you want to have a go, unless you have and I've missed it. And look how clean my build space is. It was a mess last week. Right, okay, so I think this is probably a good point for me to go and grab a tea. I need a cup of tea. I'm going to put him back in his dock. Yes, Codebase Alpha has just said you can still buy them, but it's definitely at your own risk. Carrie's envious of my tidiness. I like tea. I do like tea. There you go. Excellent. There you go. So Chris has just unlurked and Vector's announced it. Yeah, you see them on Amazon. I don't know how much they are on Amazon now. I've got to be careful, Amazon, because we discovered last week that the new UI on Amazon shows your postcode. Luckily, last week it was showing my work postcode, not my home postcode. So I have to be careful of that. $128. Yeah, that's about right. I think it has dropped. I really need to get used to these themes. I changed them all. I'm still not used to them. Where's mine? Hey, there we go. Where is he now? Look at that. He's down to... Who was that? Carrie, your desk is majorly awful. Well, that's just one desk, Carrie. I've got the other desk. If I turn this around. I'm a sucker for Elgato things, although I've not bought their lights yet. Notice the yet. Can I put that on this stream without... Add scene. Let's do it live.
Hey Siri, what is 0 divided by 0?
Someone just told a joke. That was Copper Beardy. Yeah, they are very expensive, but I think it's the way, I like the way things integrate. So I'll be able to control them from my Stream Deck, and they look nice, and I know you can get cheaper ones, and technically I don't really need them, although I do have problems sometimes. I have no idea what camera this is. Whoa, that's the wrong one. Wow, that was weird. That's also the wrong one. Oh man. That is the one I was after. We do that. There we go. So that's this is how I sit. I don't even know why I did that now. I totally forgot why I started messing with that. You're under a wrist. Coming back to what we were talking about earlier, the project selection is after the create button. Right, okay, let's go back. So if I do this, Chris, create new project. ASP.NET Core web application. Yes, it's okay, B-plats, but I'm happy to be scrolled. I need to get that off the screen now, don't I?
The database administrator leave his wife. She had one too many relationships.
There we go. Yep, okay. So, click that, click next. And all I've got is create. Are you saying there's something after that? Or am I totally misunderstanding? Yeah, click that. Great. Oh. We'll do -9. Because why not? Doesn't that just create the project though? You see, I think that creates misleading because I thought clicking that was going to go off and create it. Surely that should be next. No? Or is that just me? Here we go, .NET Core 3. A project template for creating ASP.NET Core application with example ASP Razor page contents. So web application equals Razor Blazor. This one. Wow, that music stopped really suddenly. That was very odd. Yes. Okay. So I click back. Man. Oh, I wanted authentication on it. Can we add authentication now? Easily, or shall I just start again? Go on then. How do we add it? Chris, how do we add it? Teach me. Educate me. Come, we'll do this and I'll go and get a cup of tea. A cup of tea. A cup of tea. Put me on the spot. Yeah, I have. Hey, Monsieur Bussier. I don't. Oh, hi, Frank. I didn't even see you pop in there. Where did you come from? Doing some ASP.NET. Yes, I'm trying to. I feel dead rusty. I really, really need to find more time to do this stuff. What did I just click on? Not that. Right click. Add. Right click on project, add authentication. Hang on a second. I'm on the project. On the solution? No, on the project. Add. Identity. So we've got layout, identity. Yeah, that. I thought it would be. It seemed logical. Install a NuGet package. This may take a few moments. Building. Wow. Select an existing layout page or specify a new one. This is a Razor component. I forgot to do it, Frank. So Chris has told me it's easy to add. E.g. a group set of Razor pages that can be... Yeah, that's fine. Is this name okay, or should we leave it as it is, do you think? Oh. Yeah, take your time, copy bead, no worries. Oh, copy bead is trolling me. I'll just go with the defaults for now. Hacky. As I say, for some reason .NET Core throws me through a loop, and I don't know why. Support for ASP.NET Core identity was added to your project. The code for adding identity to your project was generated under Areas Identity. Configuration of the identity related services can be found in Areas Identity Hosting Startups.cs file. If your app was previously configured to use identity, then you should remove the call on your configured services method. The generated UI requires support for static files to add static files called the used in your configured method. Crafty. So presumably if I run this, it won't have any, because I haven't run. No. Project 9. Yeah, I thought so. I was, curiosity got the better of me. I wanted to see what it did. Put it side by side. No. Yes. Not that I was aware of, Chris. Horizontal, vertical doesn't seem to be an option in any of the tabs. Anyhow, from your configured method, so oh, it's already in there. It is already there. Fine. Call app user authentication after the static files. Okay. The generated UI requires MVC to add MVC. Call add MVC. No worries, Frank. Thank you for joining. See you soon. Services. Add MVC, it's already there. Use MVC, already there. The generated Lisp code requires entity framework. Core migration will run the following commands. Often within Visual Studio, which is how I used to do it in ASP.NET 4.5. Wow, all the windows are open really weirdly in Visual Studio. Good. Good. Chris, you need to register a DB context. Any idea? I've stopped. I'm checking chat. You need to register the DB context. Any idea which DB you plan to use it with? SQL Server for now. That'll do. You won't be able to run the migrations until you've done that. Oh. Oh. Okay. But doesn't it set that up for you now? When you... Neither. Don't forget I formatted my PC. Isn't it... What about the little mini SQL server? The sort of dev version that it just... I thought Visual Studio installed that. Or am I wrong? I can't remember what it's called now. You said this was easy, Chris. But, so if I do this... let's close that solution. Oh yeah, I know we probably wrongly just have it all in my own DB context. Right, I'm just curious because I just want to try something because I'm sure I've done this before with ASP.NET Core. Let's jump to dev. Let's go into stream. Let's blow that one away. Let's create a new one again. .NET Core, next. Project 9. That one. We'll do .NET Core 3. That one. Change. We'll do authentication here for... Yeah, we'll store it in the app for now. Is it my imagination if I run this now, it will just work and let me create a user? I mean, I know I've just gone down the easy route there completely. So if I do register now, yeah. Did that actually send me an email? No, surely not. Yes, it's logged me in. So presumably in the background now, doesn't this create a little development database? Or am I just totally imagining this? I can never remember which one it's in. Data sources. Nope. Server Explorer. Is that the one? Wow, let's put it down here. No, it didn't. Yeah, it's created the local DB, that's what I was thinking of. There you go. That took ages to open, but there you go. Last time I did all this was about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Boom. Cool. So we've ended up back on project 9. We'll get rid of _9 for now, because that speeded that process up. I just use a MySQL Docker container. Yes, there will be a local. Yes, that's what I was aiming for. I don't mind it being local. That doesn't fuss me too much. I'm not too fussed about it being in Docker either. Okay, so suppose the I guess I can just use the same database to store my tables and stuff in. If I use Entity Framework code first. Yes, cool. Okay, that's fine. That's fine for this little sample prototype type app thing. And then all the identities within this areas, isn't it? Peculiar. So where's all the models for the identity stuff? Did he hide that away from you, or? I think best practice says your auth should be in a different database, but my current use case for personal projects, I can't be bothered. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Because this project, each subdomain, in theory, it's going to be multi-tenanted. So the idea is each account will have its own database anyway. So, but I was going to build a model to build off a base one, and then connect each one. It's almost like its own little web app. You can scaffold the other stuff you want, yeah. It's why I use Azure 2 for users in different database for everything else. All interesting stuff. So you're thinking of building multi-tenancy? Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, it's I'm just playing around with ideas, really. There's nothing. Why do you have ideas on that, Chris? Please do share. I've tried that, so many options and considerations. Yeah, I think I was going for... I feel like need a diagram session. Hold that thought. I'm going to go and grab a tea, and I'll get the surface out and get the surface on the go, and I'll draw a little diagram of what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll be back in 5. I'm going to grab a drink. Well, there's a problem with my stream deck not unmuting me when I come back. Just get the surface out. 1 second. So I just lifted the standing desk up, and it picked the camera got caught on the other monitor, and it picked the camera up and lifted the camera up with it. So that was fun. I have thought on how this would work. Obviously, you're far more experienced than I am. And I have no idea whether this is the right way, the wrong way, the bad way, the ugly way. But for some reason I feel like I need to draw it. Windows Hello on Surface is so hit and miss. Come on. It was the microphone. Yeah, I know. So much so, Chris, that I've been looking at the one that pulls down from the screen. Pulls down from the screen, pulls down from the ceiling. What's that just done? Delay. Almost there, not quite. Ceiling? Screen, ceiling. That's the one. I knew what I meant. Oh look, there's a slight line. Just a slight line. There you go. Fixed it. Why does the magnetic cable keep popping off. Anyhow. Do I have whiteboard installed? So you can see what I'm drawing. That's going to be a no, isn't it? Because I formatted my PC. Minecraft. Search. Whiteboard. White boat. Can do a white boat, I guess. No. Why didn't it go? Microsoft Whiteboard. Do. Come on. Chug. Do it faster. Do the thing faster. Microsoft Whiteboards is behind me. It's behind you. I accept. Get started. Oh, look at all those. Hello. Oh, hello. That one. There we go. Look, the latency on that's not too bad. Brilliant. Okay. So, my idea. Are we all listening for the little lesson of the amateur? Was if we sort of had, if you like, the master. Tell you what, you can add text this, can't you? Because my handwriting's not great. Actually, I'm going to call that man, just for management. How do I move it? Put that there. Okay. TED Talk. Yeah, TED Talk time. So management app. And the management app would literally have basically user ID, company info, subdomain that we're going to create. Wow, I can't write very well with this. Sorry about my handwriting. Let's try that again. I need to slow down. User details, we say, or company details, and subdomain. Okay. So then the user would log in to their account, and then the management app should show them their account. Or the user could. So all this app would do is spawn another app off. So this would be sub, if I could bloody write, subdomain.com 1 sub 2
Musical Bookworm is now following.
.com. Thank you for the follow, Musical Bookworm. Thank you. Welcome to the club. So, my idea is, there's no sort of pointing tool on this. So let's use a different colour. Let's use blue. So this would manage everything, and then you would spawn off another app via code. So then the users of this app could come along, log into it with their credentials, and then this would have its own set up a database. This would have its own separate database, but this app would spawn these off. Does that make sense? Is that viable? Silence in the chat room. It makes sense. I'm not quite sure how it would work though, as each app, when it spawns, would need to know connection details of its own isolated database. Well, if you think, okay, struggling with the UI, go away. Heck. Okay. So if you think this is just literally has a database of all the links into these. So from a management point of view, guessing you're thinking this would be hosted on Azure, so I'm assuming, not having played that much with Azure, you're using an ARM template. Whoa. And what does each app have in the main? One doesn't. Well, they're all self-contained entities. So there's, between the management, as I'm calling it, and the subdomains, there's not going to be that much information passing back and forth, I don't think. I could be wrong on that. So the idea is I'm seeing the management as literally, it would store a couple of company information, maybe billing details for each subdomain. You can see how this gets complicated really quickly, and then obviously you would have a GUID or something in here. Which would link back to each one of these. So from a management point of view, you could find these by that GUID. And I guess the management of the system, if you like, the owner of the system, could then log into each one. But you shouldn't have to, because you could log time. It's funny how once you start thinking things through, it gets really complicated really quickly. So is there a best practices for multi-tenanted apps out there? Does that even exist? Or is that a crazy idea? Well, my initial idea was the user would log onto the management page, set their user account up, and then go, right now I want to create my subdomain. I fought this battle and had this argument with a friend who wanted me to try and build him something that would do something like this. It's been 2 years, not much code. That's crazy talk, Rambling Geek. What's Rambling Geek? Design patterns for what is that what you're referring to? Well, people do it, don't they? Now, to me, having the data in its own database for each subdomain is a good way of doing it, because you're just separating mixing of data. that makes sense. I don't know. Is this a good way? Is this a good approach of mine, or is it a bad approach? I don't know. It's just how I thought about it. D-Zone articles multi-tenant for entity frame. Swagger. Web API tenant. Oh, I saw this the other day, I think. Service. See, it starts talking about things that I don't understand yet. Like context factories and all that kind of good stuff. Tenant 1 dB, tenant 2 dB. Master. Oh, so this is not far off what I'm talking about anyway, in a way. So have you not tried to code this up then, Chris? Factory database generator. So I need to... So what's... In this tutorial, you'll learn step by step how to build a scalable multi-tenant web API. Web API based on horizontal scaling with code examples. So I mentioned there some ways can be done. SaaS, software as a service. Why would you want it to cross tenants? I suppose if company A bought company B and they were using that service, you might want to say give company A access to company B. Heck. Well, this took a turn. As always. That's okay, Chris. That's what I like about these streams. Design for disaster recovery, design for elastic multi-tenant video index, app security. So I need to read this. I don't like reading on stream because I think it's really boring. I mean, going back to this one, my thought wasn't that far off. Implementation might have been bad, but the actual thought wasn't that far off. Yeah, I think all I'm interested in is just build one out and just get a feel for it. I need to start coding more. So I'm trying to get my teeth into something. Right, okay. Built on Mojave. Like the standalone. Oh, is that what I'm talking about? The standalone app pattern. The use of single tenant databases gives strong tenant isolation, which is where I was going. In any app whose model specifies the only single tenant database, the schema for one given database can be customized and optimized for its tenant. This customization does not affect other tenants in the app. Perhaps the tenant might need data beyond the basic data fields that all tenants need. Further, the extra data field might need an index. With database per tenant, customizing the schema for one or more individual tenants is straightforward to achieve. The application vendor must design procedures to carefully manage schema customizations at scale. To be fair, I've probably read, I presume you mean read, not ready, some of these articles in the past, but I've just pasted from a quick search to provide some food for thought. Absolutely. Beanful as always, catch you later. Take care. Thanks, Copper Beardy. See you soon. Have a good night. I'm going to finish up pretty soon anyway. I've got another little thing I need to do tonight before bed. So it's probably going to be another 15 minutes or so. I'm going to wrap it up. And no doubt Mike's still going. Yes, he is. Let's briefly take a look at the architecture for the example below. Designs based on N-tier architecture chart and has the following layers: presentation layer or web API, service layer that will accommodate all the business logic, data access layer that is implemented using unit of work and repository patterns as a ORM. In this example, I use an entity framework core. See, I'll be happy just working through this and just to get a feel for it and see how it comes out. The key component of the tenant separation is context factory. What is a factory in .NET Core land? I think I get a little bit frustrated because I dip in and out of coding. It's like every time I come back into it, it feels like it's all changed from under me because I'm not doing it all the time. It's a little bit frustrating. Context factory. .NET Core. I want to win the lottery so I can sit here all day and read and play and develop and get better. .NET Core. I can't type. Factory pattern. It's a software design pattern. Alright, okay, so it's a factory is doing it dynamically on the fly, as we used to call it back in the day. Same things, different names. Or slightly the same. So is this using inheritance? So rather you doing var x new foo. I assume this is related to dependency injection then, in some way. Factories create instances of classes for you, usually in a fairly strictly controlled manner. Oh, can't see. You can inject the iFoo factory in your constructor in your dependency injection container. You would have services.add scoped iFoo factory. Yeah, see that doesn't really mean anything to me because I need to read up on dependency injection still. I did look at a plural site core site. Was this the one? Whoa, that was lucky. Oh, slight panic. What's that gonna do now? Anyway, can't find it. I've been trying to learn them for ages. Learn which factories or dependency injection or both. I do have a tendency though to overcomplicate things. I tend to read stuff and look at it and then it takes me a little while to go, oh, it's complicated. Oh, it's complicated. And then finally go, oh, it's not complicated at all. It's really simple. Design patterns in general. Okay. Chris, thank you. You give me lots of links to read and food for thought. But I like the idea of this one just as a, you know, something to work through, even if I don't really understand all the concepts and stuff. Just work through it and see what comes out the other side. Oh, it does say you could actually use it as a template. Chris, come on. I have loads of half-written code. Why don't you just... Right, okay. I use... This is no... Right, okay. Let's help you out here. TSO Host is the company I use. And it's like £15 or something. WordPress hosting. I presume you want to use word process. So £2.92 a month. It's about £15-16 or something a year, isn't it? I think the prices have gone up a little bit recently. Start blogging. Get started. It's plus VAT. Get started. Have you got a domain, Chris? You must have a domain. I have a server I can use, or I can just get up and just get distracted with other things. Man, right, Chris, I'm setting you a challenge to have a blog up and running by Monday. That's my challenge to you. You could set it up while you're watching these streams, surely. Yeah, right. c-j.tech. Is that what it is? Is there anything on that? .tech.co.uk? Oh no, .tech. Duh. Does that actually exist? If you actually got that? Because if you've got that, that's amazing. That's amazing. Do the thing, Chris. Do the thing. Do the thing. So, hang on. You have a server. So, is that a hosted server? Come on, WordPress. If it's hosted already, it's like 3 or 4 clicks and it's done within 2 minutes. Amazing. I like this C-J tech. Really, really tiny and short. It's digitally... Okay, so, I mean, I don't know much about DigitalOcean, but... Right, okay. This is me trying to encourage you to do the thing. DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean, the developer cloud. I've heard about it, but I've never used it. Come on, let's do it together, Chris. Marketplace, WordPress in here? I don't know. How's this work? Docker, Cloudbase. WordPress, there you go. Create WordPress droplet, whatever that means. Cool. Use my GitHub account. Sure. Authorize. Yeah, yay. It's like a really stripped down AWS. I've never been convinced by WordPress. I don't know. Oh, it's got complicated all of a sudden. Have you used WordPress before, Chris? I mean, what is that? There's WordPress, there's Ghost. I mean, why don't you use WordPress to get yourself up and running? And then if you want to customize it with GitHub Pages or Jekyll or whatever you want to do, like Mike Jolly does, you can do that later on. You have. There you go. I mean, WordPress is not great, but it does the job. I feel like I'm trolling you hard. Sorry. Yeah, I started doing something with Jekyll before. Do the thing. I'm going to tweet you on Monday to see if you create it, Chris. I am. I'll tweet you every Monday until you create it. There you go. How's that sound? Troll you on Twitter. You block me, won't you, in the end? Never. What, never block me? I'm going to have to wrap up, unfortunately, tonight. Bit of a hard stop, early stop. I say this every week. There's a possibility I'll stream again over the weekend. I probably won't, because I have good intentions and it never happens. If I get a chance to work on this again, I will. Thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for the food of thought. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. You're all awesome. And I'll hopefully be back on sooner rather than later. Yeah, thanks guys. You're big supporters. I appreciate it a lot. I really do. I guess we should raid Mike, shouldn't we, really? So yeah, on that note, I shall see you all soon. I haven't thought about your 3D prints either, Codebase Alpha. I will get those out as soon as I possibly can. You know, life, busy, things get in the way. And on that note,
that's all, folks. Thanks for watching.
see you all soon. Just going to go raid Mike. Bye-bye for now.
Freezing me up. Sweet Mother McCrary. Rambling Geek? Hey, Rambling Geek. All of our friends are here. Wow, look at that.